Good day everybody, Vanny001 here. If you haven't been following the interwebs and you haven't seen the news, Saints Row 4 has been banned here in Australia. Now, I've got to say I'm mighty pissed about it. It's going to be a bit of a rant, people, so brace yourselves. This shit is a bit ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to read you the official statement, what they said. In the board's opinion, Saints Row 4 includes interactive visual depictions of implied sexual violence, which are not justified by context. In addition, the game includes elements of illicit or prescribed drug use related to incentives or rewards. Such depictions are prohibited by the computer games guidelines. Now that's an official statement. And firstly, let's go to the implied sexual violence not justified by context. So you're telling me that if the developers had put context there, you would be okay with it. And as an adult, I can't imply that context myself, because I'm a feeble, stupid adult and you're the government, or you're a ruling board who classifies our media, film, television and everything, that we are stupid and can't make, that conscious leap where we can imply something and put it into our own context. Context. I don't know what happened there, my tongue kind of got a bit tired. I've been playing a bit of Battlefield and I'm going, blah, 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 you fucking guy over here. Bit of gun game at the moment, but that's not really important. Don't really play it that much, but want to get my mate the M5K, so that's why I'm playing it. Anyway, get back to the fucking point, Rob. So, we'll move on to the elements of illicit or prescribed drug use for incentives or rewards. It's a video game, people. You stupid fucking idiot board members. It's a fucking video game. Now, I know these laws are put in place to protect children from seeing these sorts of things. That's why it's an R18. Now, doesn't it fall to the parent and also the person selling the game to say to the parent who is either with their child buying the game, or if the child comes in by themselves, are you 18? And obviously by looking at them, if they don't look 18, then they don't get the game. You say, no, sorry, it's R18, you're not allowed to buy this. And if the parent's there, and if they say, oh, it's okay, then the person selling it to them has to say, well, are you buying it for him? And if you are buying it for him, I can't sell it to you, because this is an R18 game and he's not 18. It's common sense. And it's not up to these people, in my opinion, to tell us adults what we can watch, what we can play. It really is not. It's a Nanny State mentality. It is up to the parents to monitor their children's internet usage, internet activities, what games they play, how long they play them for. It is not up to these people whatsoever to say that us adults. I'm 37 years old and I can't play this game as it was intended to be released. They are going to release it in a revised version, which they are resubmitting for classification and modifying the game so it fits us, our, feeble little minds who can't handle implied sexual violence. Now, if they believe that children as young as 14, maybe younger, who have access to the internet haven't seen some fucked up shit already in their lives, or even posted some fucked up shit on a forum somewhere, or even written a posting that implied something far worse than what this video game could ever depict, these people need a reality check. They need to join the rest of us in the 21st century, in the internet age, where there are no boundaries per se anymore. You can pretty much say, do, post whatever you want and get away with it. but we're not allowed to see these things because we're not adult enough to handle the context of this situation, or to imply our own morals onto what we're seeing, to make our own moral judgment about what is being implied by this depiction of violence. I'm just extremely disappointed in this decision made by what I'm guessing are a bunch of people who have never played a video game in their life, have no real frame of reference for what, people are seeing on a daily basis, whether it be on the internet or in video games or in movies. I can remember some scenes from some movies that were completely fucked up. This is what gets me too. This is what really shits me. Sex is always treated as the worst thing you could see in a video game, in a movie, whatever. However, I can see in a movie someone getting their limbs torn off, their body, splayed open, blood, guts, and gore. I can see people getting hit by trains, run over by buses and trucks, and I can see all this gruesome, disgusting, gory stuff. However, I can't see a set of tits. You know what I mean? It just boggles my mind how provincial these people are in what they think people can deal with in this 21st century internet society. What they think we must, be protected from are things that we could see with a couple of mouse clicks and a few keywords in Google. That any child with internet access who's not being properly monitored by his parents can easily see. And they're going out of their way to protect us from this. However, I guarantee you we'll be able to see these horrible implied sexual violence scenes on YouTube when other countries release their uncensored version of Saints Row 4. Our eyes will be, they'll start bleeding and we'll faint from what we're seeing. I can't see how they think they're protecting us when it's quite obvious we're all going to see it anyway. Now, I found out earlier tonight when my nephew came to my door and told me the Saints Row 4 has been banned, and he was like, holy fuck, and I was like, holy fuck, and I told Constantius on live, and he was like, holy fuck. And then Ozzy came on later, and he was telling us about this art show, in parentheses, in Melbourne, where people are shitting on stage. And this is art, and paid for by the federal government grant, I'm gathering, where it depicts people taking a shit on stage. And apparently it's because of the embarrassment felt or something. I can't remember how the artist described it in the article, but I believe it was something to do with how children feel shame about defecating. I don't know. It was a bit of bullshit all around. I think it's just a complete load of crap, but that was what the artist wanted to explore. And this is art. However, what we want in our video games, be it violence or whatever, is something to be censored, to be sheltered from as an adult. I was really looking forward to playing this game, and now that I know that I'll be getting a censored version of it, I feel less excited, like immediately less excited to play this game. That I know that people around the world will be playing a game that I want to play but can't. That really sucks, and I don't like that. I've never been a fan of censorship in any fashion. I mean, I don't like it when people, if someone says something and someone else shoots them down, locks them down, puts them in a corner and says, don't talk to this person because they've said this. I fucking hate that, man. I run to that person's defense because that kind of shit, I hate that corralling shit where he said this, you know? And that's kind of where we are in our society here in Australia. It's you're not allowed to see this because, you might get affected by it. So we're going to corral it over here. We're going to put it over here in this corner, and you're not allowed to see it. The only way we can have a productive, healthy society is if we confront these things and actually talk about them. Instead of hiding them away. Children are going to be exposed to it no matter what. Alright, you're going to see it. People will have it posted on the internet, the day after it comes out. This is what you guys in Australia are missing. This is what your censorship board deemed to be, too much for your precious little eyes. You need to sit down with your children and say, well, this, not little children, don't get me wrong, young adults, people who will be playing video games, and if your kid's too young for it, don't let your kid near it. It's your responsibility, but you need to tell them why. You as a parent need to confront your child and say, no, this is not something I want you to look at, and here is why I don't want you to look at it. Not have your government sit there and say, oh, okay, well, we're just gonna put it in the closet, you're not allowed to look at it, it's all done for, don't worry about it, you're not gonna ever see it, so don't ever discuss it, it's gone. I just really, really am disappointed in my country and in my government right now. An art shit display. This is just, I can't get over this. People shitting on stage is art, yet a video game depicting implied violence, sexual violence, where me as an adult, as I can't make the decision on what context I should put that in. Someone else has made that choice for me. That fucking bothers me, It really pisses me off that someone else has made a decision for me like that they've deemed it unworthy, and anyway, guys, catch us again next time. Thanks for watching. It's a load of bullshit. It's never gonna change. Australian Censorship Board can suck my cock. Fuckers, man.